Hello and welcome to the Pedno channel. I'm Pedno here with Ads. He's joining me today on the podcast to talk about the game yesterday in the Europa Conference League. Madness scenes, whatever you want to say. Ended up being Aston Villa 2, Legia Warsaw 1. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. Witnessed Villa pick up another 3 points in the groups and we're qualified now. Needed a 2-goal difference to confirm top of the group, but it is what it is. We'll have to go to Mostar and get just a point from that game. But yeah, let's go into the game. So I was there, got there considerably early, I'd say. Parked just off the expressway, walked up through the Trinity roadside. Set the scene, heard from Villa, the pre-warn that said that the Witten Road was going to be closed off, or it was going to be difficult to get through from that side. So yeah, went with the Trinity side. Wasn't really too much of a madness at first. Got to the ground, had the usual stuff going on. They usually have someone speaking on the stage. Food stands were open. And when I was standing around there, because I was sitting in Block R, so I was sitting in Lower Trinity. I'd have to walk through the gates for the other side, and there was just masses of police. Had a look on Twitter, seen videos regarding the Legia fans throwing flares and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't witness any of that in the car park, but obviously I could hear it because there was just a barricade of all police on that side. So walking through past the North Stand, walking across, I was just standing where like the front of Block R before getting into the Trinity Road, and it was quiet that side because it was all happening literally like 50 meters, if that, down the road, all kicking off, and I could see a bit of smoke in the air, but didn't quite know the scale. Had a look on Twitter, and yeah, saw videos, and it was just going off down that side. Few Villa fans had made their way from Tesco's through down the Witten Road, and they were just coming through. And obviously, you've seen the footage of what's been shown between the Legia Warsaw fans and the police. Just all a madness, really, absolute madness. So yeah, mad start before the game. What were you getting through at the time?
Oh, I was gonna say, you got like no scars on your face and that, so you must have got the better of them.
You sure? You sure? Yeah.
One or two, but that's natural, isn't it? But I don't know, man. I was just seeing videos from outside the North Stand, flares going across. Uh, Even if you look at the picture in our thumbnail, it's just so much fire from like the parking lot. Like we know that parking lot is where all the away fans gather. There's never anything usually going on there, and all you see is just fire and just police just dealing with it. Like it's crazy, crazy. I said to you, I knew Legia fans would be like this. Like this is just their reputation. This is how they are. I'm not too sure on the ticketing thing, but yeah, man, just crazy, crazy scenes. And I just hope any Villa fan that was hurt from what they were doing or during the game is all recovered now and okay. Because I have been seeing like a lot of Villa fans saying they were hit with objects and stuff. So yeah, hope all Villa fans are good.
That was the main thing. Before the game, anyway, it's been reported that a few police officers were injured. Luckily, I don't think any Villa fans have been injured. I haven't seen anything regarding that, so thankfully everyone's okay and safe. But yeah, just I couldn't see nothing because there was just loads of police vans in front. Literally, you couldn't see anything from that side, and they were only letting through people through the gate to our block, and that was it. If you're in the other blocks, you had to go back around the Trinity to get in through the other side. So yeah, unless you walked that way, you wouldn't have been able to see anything because there was just smoke in the air. You literally couldn't see the car park. So yeah, mad scenes, and the whole ticketing situation. I don't know how it stands. You hear that initially they were told they were only allowed 800 about a month ago, and yeah, problems on Legia's side where they haven't distributed them to the fans, and more fans have come across than tickets can allocate for, and they've just gone in for, if not one of us is getting it, if we're all not getting in, none of us are going in, sort of approach. So yeah, mad mad scenes. And obviously during the game, there was a few more things that happened. Some guy throwing a sauce into the stands and slipping over. It's not a good look at all for the club, and I'm sure sanctions will be coming for Legia Warsaw because it's not the first time they've done something like that in Europe. But yeah, it was strange. That it was really strange, the atmosphere, obviously, because there was no away fans in there except for the few that were jotted around the ground. It was a really strange atmosphere. Uh, not one I like when there's no opposition fans in the ground. It's just it kind of sets a tone. It kind of dulls the tone out a bit, and yeah, just a weird scenario. Something I've never experienced before. So going on to the game then, your thoughts? What do you think of the lineup?
Where's Watkins? That was my first thought. I'll be real. Where's Watkins? Watkins don't normally miss games. Watkins is normally in the squad. Happy to see Duran start. The midfield was a bit stronger than I expected. I didn't expect Douglas to start. I thought Ramsey might play for McGinn. But now McGinn, Louise, Kamara, Yuri Tillemans all started. I think that was the midfield we played against Fulham. So that's strong. Lenglet was always going to start. Moreno, our boy is back, bro. Our left back's back. The main guy's back. I was happy to see him starting because he hadn't played. That's like nearly 4 months now since he played. And for me, I've gassed Moreno on this show before. I think he'll be starting soon once he gets fully back up to fitness and he can complete 90 minutes. So yeah, I was happy with that. And then Olsen was a bit of a surprise as well. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, to be honest, I was surprised with Alton. Yeah, I agree with that. Surprised Bailey didn't start. And yeah, obviously the big news was Watkins not even being in the squad. That was a massive. Hopefully he's okay for Sunday. Seen reports today from Emery's presser that he said he's still 50-50 and he's not sure. Just hopeful he's okay. If not, and there's a slight chance, I don't think Villa risk him at all. And I think Duran will start or we'll go something different for Bournemouth and save him for City. But hopefully he's okay. And yeah. Apart from that, I wasn't really too surprised. It's a strange one because you don't know how we're going to approach it. Are we going to go for it and make sure we qualify, or are we going to rest a number of players? I think Kamara was the only one I could guarantee starting, really. Was surprised Carlos didn't start. That surprised me as well. Konza played and Cash played. So yeah. Happy with the lineup, but there was a few surprises in there for sure. A quick comment, Manny Central. Yes, lads, big up. Yesterday was crazy. Big up Manny. Follow his channel. Great content on there. And yeah, it was mad. It was mad. Never seen anything like it down the Villa. So yeah, gotta say, the team didn't surprise me that much. Just wanted us to get the 3 points, and eventually we did that.
What did you think? What did you think of the first half? Then, what did you think of the first half?
Not the best. Not the best. Great opening. And this is the thing I think with Diaby sometimes. We know how good he can be, and that it was really good, nice to see him run at the defender, turn them inside, and slot it bottom corner. It was a brilliant goal, and that's just want to see a bit more of that because he has all the quality and capabilities. Been a great signing, had a great start, but I think Diaby can go to another level, and that goal kind of demonstrated that he is capable of doing things like that. Just moments of brilliant. What was your thought about the opener?
Yeah, it was nice to see him get afforded that kind of space. Carried it from near and off the halfway line, and yeah, created a separation, got onto his stronger foot, and it's a good finish, man. Nice and low, and I think that's kind of the goal that we imagined we'd be seeing when we initially signed him. But obviously, it hasn't really. He hasn't really had those kind of opportunities. I guess I'd say. I think he had maybe one in a game earlier against Everton, maybe this season. I think it was where he was through, but he kind of messed up a bit. But other than that, it was just good to see him get his goal as well for confidence. So yeah, man, I was happy with the start, and I thought, you know what, we might actually top the group tonight because took the early lead, and yeah, they started poor. They didn't look good starting off.
Yeah, that was the case. And but after the goal, it kind of fell. I don't know. I think something to do with the atmosphere. We played our same style of play, but just passes were off. We're losing the ball easily. It just wasn't. It didn't feel the same, and this mistake kind of epitomised that. It was, just a lapse of concentration. Kamara's just played the ball across. It's a good finish. Olsen's not reacted to it at all, and just out of absolutely nothing, they've equalised, and it's 1-1. From my view, it was just it just looked lapse of concentration. Just one of those mistakes with the way we play and how we play out from the back. It just can happen, and if
Yeah,
everyone's not fully aware, obviously a goalkeeper's in goal who Kamara's not used to, but he's just misplaced the pass, gone straight to their player, and it's a brilliant finish from the player, to be honest.
yeah, it's poor from Kamara. He's hit his blindside pass. He hasn't really looked. I will say, I thought Legia pressed really well. I got a feeling their manager might have watched the Nottingham Forest game where we like struggled to build up in the first half, where Cooper played like a 4-2-4 almost and just kind of just blocked off all our options into the players that we wanted. So yeah, I thought their press was really good. And I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is it Mushi or
That's
Muki?
how, yeah, that's how I pronounce it, Muki and Mushi. Yeah,
Man, he's a baller. He is. He's a really good player. I
is
don't know if he's Premier League level yet, but he's impressed me now. Two games against Villa, and that's a top finish, man. Like if you look at the original situation, it's not like Kamara's played him in 1v1. Like he's still got a lot to do to get that goal off. And yeah, I wouldn't even blame like Olsen. Like that's like top corner. So yeah, I was really impressed with him. He's only 22 years old as well. So yeah, promising player. But yeah, just unfortunate. Kamara does have these lapses in like concentration in the build-up sometimes. I wonder if the players are taking the game seriously enough. You could argue that maybe they were trying to rest, but yeah, man, straight to their player and we got punished.
Yeah, he was the one to watch. We did state that he was the one to watch from their side because of what he did in the first game, and yeah, he could go on to become a Premier League player. He does. He has a lot of ability. Um, Regarding Kamara, yeah, we've seen it a few times at his time at Villa. It's just one of those where he's just a lapse of concentration. Um, I think you're probably right that once we took the lead, we kind of relaxed as a team, uh, felt comfortable, and those things can happen if you're not fully engaged. But yeah, agree with your comments regarding the press as well. They really did press us. It was a really strong press and just didn't allow us to create any momentum, especially in that first half. Not much happened at all. Um, Apart from the goals being scored, it was just a very docile performance, and even the atmosphere to go with it. It was just it was just one of those nights from the first half.
No,
Uh,
it's true. It's true still. What I will say is though, I really enjoyed Moreno's first half performance. I mean, I was on the lookout to see, okay, post injury hasn't played in a while. It's his first game in a while as well. So not everything's going to be there. It's not going to be the sharpest. But straight away, he was still showing those little bursts of energy that he's got, these little delicate touches that he does as soon as the defender's approaching. He'll just get a little flick and take it past him. That was all there. He was attacking the byline. He got a couple of cutbacks in. They weren't always accurate. Some of them were blocked. But man, promising. And I think this guy's going to return back to the level we saw before. So yeah, it was just a breath of fresh air, just seeing that left-hand side finally just get someone that can like take on their man and just show a bit of pace. So yeah, I'm just excited. More so, I'm just excited. That's what I took from that first half. That Moreno was getting his start, I think.
yeah,
So yeah,
that was the major thing to see from that. And he had the first few minutes, he was a bit, I don't know, he just didn't seem in it. But as the game went on from the first half and then second half, he was just on it. He was on it. That's that half. And then we got to see him and Ramsey, which we'll go on to later for a bit. And yeah, it looked like they'd never left or hadn't been playing with each other, some of the things we were doing down that left hand side. So yeah, going to it 1-1 half time. Second half come out and you just want, a bit more impetus. Didn't expect any changes anyway. Just wanted a bit more impetus within the game. Just wanted Villa to be, just create some more chances because they hadn't really created much at all. Started off though with Legia hitting the bar from a header and from getting in behind in that second half. And again, the first 10 minutes weren't the best at all. Just the same developments. But eventually, from a set piece, we did take the lead. And that was the big thing. I think it was Alex Moreno's night. He was man of the match. And what a finish it is as well on his right foot. Ridiculous balling from Douglas Luiz. And it's a great finish. From where I was sitting, you couldn't really tell if it was off or not. But as it went to VAR, but yeah, it's a ridiculous.
Yeah,
finish.
from the watching on TV, like it wasn't really. Or initially, what I was thinking is that's a penalty on Duran. So even if Moreno didn't score, I think we would have got the penalty anyway because Duran was just blatantly fouled. But man, Doggy's adding like a new gimmick every season. It's like he had the free kicks he had the long range shot in season 1. Then he had the free kicks. Then he had scoring from corners last season, and now it's just these free kicks again from deeper where he just whips it. Like it's just a genuine threat now. Big Austin McPhee as well, another set piece goal. And another thing about Doggy is thank you to the linesman for not milking that when Douglas hit him when the player was trying to get at him.
How bad was that? How bad was that? Because I've seen like contradicting things from people and fans.
So basically,
did Dougie? I know the guy grabbed Dougie.
Yeah, that should have been a booking.
Yeah.
The Legia guy was instigating way more than Douglas. Douglas kept his composure. Like the ball shouldn't have been booked. But the Legia guy goes to grab Dougie's shirt for a while, and as soon as Dougie goes to hit, he lets go, and then Dougie just whacks the linesman. It wasn't even like an elbow tackle from Dougie as well. It's just a straight like fist. But yeah, the linesman was cool. That could have gone a lot worse, to be fair. So I'm glad the linesman didn't milk it. But yeah, man, what a ball! What a ball! The guy's ridiculous at this point, man.
He's a joke, and yeah, he's just a ridiculous player. We say it every week. He's a joke of a footballer, and we're lucky to have him. Will Forge joined us. Comment from Will. Agree about the atmosphere. Strange one. Thought Legia were well organised and cut off some of our passing lanes, but job done in the end. Just wish Bailey's shot had a bit of backspin. Yeah, we'll get onto that. Will, thanks for the comment.
He's spot on about blocking the passing lane. Like
yeah,
I genuinely
couldn't pass for him.
I think he's watched how Forest dealt with us because Forest probably had one of the best blocks all season in terms of just restricting us building up. So their manager definitely did his homework. He knew how we play, and yeah, I agree 100% with William and the cut off the passing lane as well.
But then I think that invention really came when Ramsey and Bailey came on, because when they were trying to cut us through, they were obviously more tired at that point. And then when they were trying to cut through our passing lanes, we were just getting it out wider quicker from the middle. And there was a number of times where Ramsey and Bailey just had open space to run into.
Yeah.
And that really set us on the front foot after we got the second. And I did think inevitably we'd get the third, but it didn't quite come, as Will said. Bailey was unlucky with that shot that hit the bar. If it just had a bit more backspin, it would have been a ridiculous goal. Shout out Rob Olsen, because that kicking ability is a joke. Kick the ball nearly 80 yards up the pitch. Ridiculous kick.
I ain't seen Martinez do that.
Yeah, that is one attribute Olsen can teach Martinez, because his passing last night, some of the long balls he was playing were a joke. Direct and to feet. The players didn't even have to move. So yeah, that would have been a ridiculous assist. The opportunity where Ramsey and Moreno had that build up, and I think it ended up with Ramsey having a shot that just went wide.
Yeah,
that was a good move as well.
I actually felt Ramsey should have passed that. I don't think that was good decision making.
I couldn't see from my eyesight. I could just see from my.
He's got the passing side. He's got the passing side and like a Villa player central, but he's understandable. He's just come on and he wants to score a goal, so makes sense. But I gotta say, when Bailey and Ramsey coming on for Tillemans and McGinn, and having Ramsey, Bailey, Diaby, Duran, Luiz, Kamara all on the pitch at once, that's got to be the most funnest type football I've seen from Villa, where it's just like pure enjoyment. All the hoopers are on, all the street ballers are on, all the freestylers, all the players that normally express themselves the most. and it was just fun to watch, man. I really enjoyed that period of play. Moreno was still on the pitch as well, so he was getting forward. I think he only lasted about like 8 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't, but there was a few instances where the both of them were just interchanging 1-2s, the pace, the movement. Yeah, I can't wait to see them two start together in the Premier League again, whenever that is. But yeah, it's just another dimension to our attack that they deliver. And Moreno getting 80, having a fantastic game, man of the match. It's just great to see. We have more options coming back because they'll be needed over this Christmas period where we've got like 9 games in within the month. So yeah, overall, satisfied with the result. I feel like at times again, even though we were 2-1 up, we weren't trying to force the third. It was more like if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I got that feeling as well, 100%.
Yeah, it was just keep the ball, try play through him, and let's see what happens. Didn't come in the end, unfortunately. Whisker away from it, but we go top of the group. Just a point needed now in Mostar. Yes, so satisfied. Thoughts on Duran's performance? I thought personally he
Yeah,
held the
carry on.
ball up really well. There's situations where he really held the ball up well. He's making good passes. You can't deny his tenacity and his effort. You've seen him track back like 60, 50, 60 yards to make a tackle towards the end of the game on their left back, which was by my side. And it was like, yeah, he's always full of effort and endeavour. And I thought the ball stuck to him really well.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I loved how he constantly made the runs, even though he wasn't getting the passes. It reminds me of what Haaland does it with his game at City sometimes. Like he just won't give up or get demoralised if the passes aren't coming through. He'll continue to make it. Yeah, thought his back to goal play was good. Thought his link up was nice. I do think his ball retention and like his general touches are a bit loose. I mean, he's only 19. It's to come. But I did kind of think watching the game, maybe a loan might have been beneficial. I did kind of change my mind on like a previous take saying keep him around because there are just little things that a bit of nuance to his game that could have maybe helped him if he was playing every single week. But yeah, in terms of like the physical attributes are all there. I do think he's an intelligent player as well. I think he makes some really nice passes. He'll draw certain players out with the runs that he makes. So yeah, promising cameo. And man, we might have to be relying on the kid again on Sunday, man. So,
For
so
sure,
good to
for
see him
sure.
get a full 90 minutes.
Want to shout out Lenglet again. Thought he was flawless. Thought he had a really good performance.
Solid backup.
Yeah, very good for the competition.
Restricted them to 0.25 xg. That's nothing.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, really good. So moving on from that and all the antics of last night, nice to come away with the 3 points, and hopefully AZ have got something for Legia because I'd like to see them go through as well, but we shall see.
Yeah, Bon Legia after yesterday. I hope to get knocked out myself.
Facts for sure. But yeah, moving on to Sunday then. Oh, did you agree Moreno man of the match? Or do you have
100%.
anyone else in mind?
100%. I'd vote twice if I could.
Yeah, facts. Moving on to Bournemouth on Sunday. Big game. Well, every week's a big game. Every game in the Premier League's a big game. But you've got games Newcastle, Man United, Man City versus Tottenham. It's a big game where we can capitalise again on teams playing against each other. But it's going to be a tough task going to the Vitality. Ariola's got them playing now. They've got one. Lloyd Kelly's not going to be there, which is a big miss for them. I think so he's been playing all over for Bournemouth from what I've seen. He's played centre back, sometimes operated at centre back, left back as well. Even played as a free in the centre back so he's the left sided centre back. So he's been big for Lloyd Kelly. Been getting a few shouts for, moves to Spurs and stuff like that. Been really decent for him. Apart from that, I think they'll have everyone available. Obviously, Ali Scott's injured. I think Max Aarons is injured for them. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. They're quite versatile. I've seen Iriola play 3-5-2. I've seen him play as a 4-2-3-1. Obviously, Solanke will lead the line. And we'll go on to what we think of Solanke because I do rate him. I saw Tavernier played more advanced against Sheffield United, and he ended up getting 2 goals. Had a really good performance for him. They've got tricky players, you've got your Semenya, you've got Sinisterra, Atara. I think Mark Christie plays in the centre. Ryan Christie plays in the centre with Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook's been around. Good centre midfielder. And yeah, could be a really tough game. As I stated, Lloyd Kelly, I think Kirkes will just come in straight for Lloyd Kelly and they'll operate with a 4. But yeah, what are your thoughts regarding the Bournemouth game and Bournemouth in general?
I'll be real, I'm nervous, man. If Watkins is out, Kamara's already out. That's 2 big losses. Bournemouth, their style of play is they'll stretch their back 4 out, so like their fullbacks will play wide as an average position. The rest of the team's narrow and compact. It's almost like a 4-2-2-2, like Leipzig play normally. So yeah, they'll stay narrow, they'll stay compact, and they'll look to transition, man. I mean, they got pace in Tavernier, Solanke, Kluivert, Semenyo. Like, these are fast guys, man. And without Kamara, without Kamara having been that physical presence, that guy that can break play up centrally, it's gonna be tough, man. These guys are gonna break. I think they're gonna get some joy, man. I think they're gonna allow us to have the ball, and if our build-up's not on point, I think we could be in for a tough game, man. I do wonder what Emery's gonna do, because me personally, I would not play Tillemans, Louise in a double.
I wouldn't either.
It's got to be McGinn, but McGinn's limited as well. McGinn's limited as well there. So.
But I've seen McGinn do a job against similar sides of that level and play really well in the centre.
He needs to be on it, especially because Dougie can't get a yellow card as well. McGinn is going to have to put in a serious shift, man. Because I don't think Den Dunker's good enough to come in and do that role.
I agree. I don't know. Even when he came on, I know it was only a few minutes, but he's not got the legs, has he, to operate in there. Not like a McGinn would. So I agree. I think it will be McGinn and Dougie in there. It's a tricky one. It's a tough game. They've got a lot of players with pace. And I remember the home game last season. I know it was under Gary Monk, but again, we played very narrow that game. And they, as you were saying, they tried to split us and they played very wide. Their wingers, both sides of the pitch, were extremely wide. And they didn't get in behind us, whether that was poorly timed runs because we caught them with our trap, our high line, our side trap. And they didn't really get any joy within that. But there was a few scenarios where they could have done. Now, this could be said for a number of teams who play against us. There could be a few scenarios where they're getting behind, but they can't tie the runs. But I did notice they played very wide. And I think they've continued in a similar fashion with how they play and the type of players that they do play. Another one you said, Justin Kluivert, who I didn't mention. Yeah, another tricky player who has no pace. Played at a decent level, decent standard as well. So if they do play out wide and then play very narrow through the middle, it's going to be tough how we approach it going forward and attacking. Are we going to look to use our fullbacks? Are we going to look to use our wing midfielders, in essence, going to come inside like they do? Yeah, it'd be a very, very tough game. I really do think it'd be a very tough game. And with the players missing as well, it is going to be very interesting to see what the lineup is.
Watkins is a massive loss.
Huge loss.
Watkins is a massive loss in terms of just
if he's not available. If he's not available, I love Duran, but I do think it's quite a bit of a drop off. More so due to how good Watkins is, rather than how anything to do with Duran. Yeah,
but yeah, man, hoping Watkins fit. But as I said, McGinn is going to have to slot into that role, and I just wonder, are we going to try and build up and dominate possession, or are we going to even try our transition game and try and let them have it? That'll be interesting to see. We'll probably be able to gauge that 10 minutes in or whatever. But it just feels that Bournemouth Stadium, it feels like it's got to be the smallest stadium in football. I was watching the Galatasaray United game the other day. I was just like, how can Galatasaray and Bournemouth both be allowed to stage football games? Is this a joke? It feels like Galatasaray is 2 Bournemouths. It's mad. But don't have a good record at that stadium, man. I know we haven't been there
We struggle.
we haven't been there under Emery yet, and the last time we did win was one of the worst omens I've ever seen. So it's just one of them stadiums, man.
It all went downhill from that win, didn't it?
Trust me.
The last time we won there.
But,
Yeah, it's strange. So what's your lineup? How do you think
yeah, now that we've been nice, now that we've been nice and positive about everything, we'll go.
Exactly.
Lineup, Martinez in goal.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Moreno. If Moreno's fit, Moreno's got to start. Moreno's got to start.
You think he starts?
No, I'm saying I think he has to start. His pace on transition and just being a threat as we attack. We need them to worry about our.
We need to have something going that way.
Because, bro, in games, if you look at the Forest games, Forest was scheming to allow Digne to have the ball. Yeah. That's why we were always playing them like little looped passes from Kamara to go out wide, because they know Digne is not really going to cause that much of a threat from deep. It's more when he's further up the field. Like we saw in the second half as well in that Forest game, he was getting a lot of the ball, but that's game plan. That's game plan. So if we have Moreno and they genuinely have to worry about someone that can beat their man 1v1, that's going to provide that kind of threat, and then he has the recovery pace as well to help out on transition, I think that makes us a better team. I'd go Pau Torres at left centre back. Another one as well.
It's tough. I don't know who plays these. Like, it's difficult at the moment to get a lineup correct because we have so many different options and ways of playing. I think it's going to be Carlos Konza.
Yeah. But please,
and that will give me more reason to play Moreno.
But please not cash right mid. Like I can't. If it's that, then if it's that, because we're saying McGinn's going to play central.
Yeah.
So it's either
it might be cash right mid.
Jesus.
It's going to be cash.
It's going to be cash right mid, isn't it? He's going to do it again.
Yeah.
He's going. I could 100%.
I could hear if Moreno is up because he looked really good. He looked very good yesterday, and then we're going to look to attack down that left hand side. I could see Moreno starting. I could go back to last year and how we used to play.
So what you reckon? Tielemans, McGinn, Louise, Cash as the midfield. Tielemans on the left. More advanced.
So for me, I don't know what level he's at. I would love to give them something to think about on transition if they're going to come at us. I would love to see Moreno Ramsey.
Yeah,
that's how I would like to see it on that side, because that scares them down that side. We've got players who can progress with the ball. Tielemans doesn't progress with the ball. If Tielemans starts, and that just tells me that we're just going to try and play the way, keep the ball, build up slow, build up from the back, and try and how we did with the Spurs goal, which was a fantastic goal. The second, just play through him. And
what worries me though, why is Ramsey only getting 12 minutes?
Why is he only getting 20 minutes?
12 minutes. Is that because Emery's considering him for Sunday, or is that just because he's just nowhere near fit enough? Like, I'd love to know the reason.
Yeah, he might be the latter, to be honest.
Whereas Bailey, you gotta know Emery's got the knowledge of Watkins. Watkins probably might already be out. You never know. What Emery might just be playing his poker face. Bailey was rested. I thought that was really interesting. That
was a strange one last night. Yeah, it was for sure.
Is he preserving Bailey? Did he not want Bailey to come on or start in case he got injured, because he's got him in mind? So yeah, Cash or Bailey. I don't know. I genuinely think he'll go Konza, and then he'll play Cash right back with Bailey.
Yeah. Okay. So then he'll go. So you think? So we'll say Moreno or Digne.
I hope more than
Moreno, Digne, Pau Torres, Konza, Cash, Bailey, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Tielemans will probably be Tielemans, Duran, Diaby.
Yeah.
Or does
he not even play Duran? Duran's never started a Premier League game.
I could see him not playing Duran. I could see Zaniolo starting.
Yeah.
I could see Zaniolo starting.
Yeah. Watkins might not be. We're assuming, by the way, guys, Watkins is injured in this team.
Yeah, we're just taking it as Watkins is. He might not be injured, and he'll.
Yeah. Watkins
hopefully and probably he'll start. Yeah, but if he is injured, for instance, I could see him playing Zaniolo.
What, it's like a presence over.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Oh
so
yeah.
many options and so many ways you could play now.
Listen, this game's
Which is
gonna be
fantastic.
this game's
But
gonna be tough, man. I think fans gotta just really like get behind this team because
yeah.
we're starting to get a bit of injuries to our key players. Not that we haven't had that
Yeah.
already, but like Watkins is like the key player.
Yeah, of course. Watkins and Emmy are the ones, and Dougie.
And Kamara, I think just the amount of ground that he has to
It's just
cover.
a suspension, though, isn't it? Like, it's not
Yeah,
an
true.
injury. It's just one game. That's going to happen in a season.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad that it's not on TV. It's just like cushion aside on the Sunday. Like I can just watch it in peace. Like
there'll be some way to watch it if you're not going there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's always a way. But yeah, I can't wait. I just can't wait to watch Villa again. That's it. I can't wait to watch Villa again. It's all down. Yeah, of course.
Adam Smith is their right back as well, and I think
has Adam Smith continued to play right back? Because I'm sure he did get dropped.
He played right back against Sheffield United.
Yeah, so he can.
So if we've got Moreno and like Tielemans attacking him, like
yeah, he can be got at. But yeah, be very interesting to see, and just can't wait again. Great. And then it's a huge. And then after Bournemouth, it really starts, doesn't it? Huge game against Bournemouth, and then the week coming up, Arsenal.
I just want to say there is a chance if all went well, Villa end the weekend top of the league. just wanted to drop that in there. Let's talk about it. For Villa to go top,
that would require them like down the road to do us a favour, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let's try and manifest this. What the crybabies. Let's try and manifest this. Arsenal lose to Wolves. Man City can draw or lose to Spurs. Liverpool draw or lose to Fulham, which ain't happening. So this has just been a waste of time. And Villa win. And we could see Aston Villa with this circle badge that we got going top of the league.
What is this? Yeah, I thought I'd have the colours on today. It's been a while. Got that one on there as for qualification. But yeah, bro, who knows? I'm not even going to deny that can't happen because obviously it can happen. So yeah, who knows? T1's joined us. Thanks for joining. She goes, hey, morning, guys. Morning. Sending some sunshine your way. Thank you. It's needed.
We've got
it's freezing here.
Yeah, it's not.
It's freezing out in T1. So you've got the sunshine over there from wherever you are. Enjoy. And please send some across here because it's cold. It is cold. Anyway, bro, your technical ballers comment or question last week, I think you unanimously it was Douglas Luiz, which I agreed with. This week, have you got any questions you want to ask the community?
I'm just going to say my answer was between Douglas, DRB, and Bailey, I think, in terms of naturally gifted. Traore as well, but it's been so long since I've seen him that I don't even know anymore.
But does have it in him. He does have it in him. T1 says, I don't know. It's still morning Jamaica. Yeah, it is. I didn't know you were from Jamaica, but yeah, big up, man. Big up. And then we've got Colin Sloan in here. Morning from Chicago, up the Villa. Big up, Colin from Chicago.
Thank you.
Up the Villa, man. So yeah, I agreed with Dougie, but DRB and Bailey. Yeah, Bailey's up there for sure. DRB, I don't know how technically good he's on the ball. Don't take that the wrong way. Don't take that the wrong way.
I hear it, but look at it. I'm speaking more like outside of a game. Just like you got to look at the training sessions for me, like the things.
Well, don't you think Diego Carlos is technically gifted?
Nah, not compared to these guys. Listen, if you're a centre back in football,
just because he's hench and he might be a bit stiffer, I don't know, man.
Nah. Listen, if you're a centre back in football, like there's a reason you're a centre back in it. Like you're not as technically gifted as the guys up top.
Rio Ferdinand would have something to say about that.
Yeah, he'd say, "I'm nowhere near Ronaldo." That's what he'd say.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So, have you got a question for this week?
I haven't, man. You caught me off guard.
Oh, I've caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Caught you off guard. All
You
right,
got
then.
one.
My one for this week. Who's your favourite Villa player of all time? I want to hear that. See what age ranges we have of people watching, and yeah, be interested to know if your lifetime. Who's your favourite Villa player? Yeah. Who's yours?
Ashley Young.
Ashley Young. Yeah, Ashley Young's right up there for me. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. To be honest, in my lifetime, Benteke was up there. Benteke was up there.
Let's just get the elephant out of the room. It used to be Grealish, but you know, certain things. Let's just be real with it, innit?
You wanted to skirt around that one, yeah. I think every Villa fan.
If he comes back, I might put him above Young again, innit? But for now,
well, that's 2 weeks in a row now. If he comes back, do you know something?
Trying to manifest here.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway, guys, thanks all for joining. As we say every episode, and we really do appreciate it. But if you could like the stream, subscribe if you're new around here, and yeah, leave a comment on the video. All comments get answered. We love the interaction. So yeah, if you want to leave a comment, it'd be much appreciated. Thanks, bro, for joining me today.
Always
we'll
a pleasure.
we'll be doing a match reaction to Villa's win against Bournemouth on Sunday. So yeah, I'm going to state that now. Positive mindset. So yeah, thanks for joining, bro. And thanks for joining all. We'll see you for the match reaction.